swallow it.
They control the International Monetary Fund. They control the World Health Organization.
They financed both parties in every war since the war against Napoleon. Revolution. They financed Hitler and the Nazis. They financed the production of IBM's punching machines for an efficient prosecution of Jews by the Nazis, and they had equities in Exxon and IG Farben, the dealers of Zyklon B gas for the Nazi gas chambers. The estimated net worth of the Rothschild family is $500 billion. When you have that much money and power, you can poke the chest of the Crown Prince of Great Britain like he's your bitch.
System for setting up a central bank in your country that loans money to you at insane interest rates that you can never pay back, so that your country becomes the eternal slave to the Rothschild banking system, as happened to every country around the world. You are either ousted or killed. The country will be invaded and blown to smithereens in the name of democracy, supported by the mainstream media that portrays you as a dictator. The same applies to those who refuse to accept the almighty US petrodollar. Oh, and there's much more, but we'll leave that for another time.
Okay guys, check this out. DEPOPULATION, the government website. There's a lot of information about different viruses and everything that the government tests and all that kind of jazz. When you get there, go right there where it says COVID-19. Scroll down a little bit, specifically. Oh, actually, sorry. Click right there, that will move on to coronavirus. That'll drop down a menu. Over at the bottom with the patents. Patents. Second name down. Look at that name. You swallow it. There's that patent on the system and method of testing. When was that patent made? Right there, 2016.
Ignorance towards the federal income tax is a testament to how dumbed down the world the American population is. First of all, the federal income tax is completely unconstitutional, as it is a direct, unapportioned tax. All direct taxes have to be apportioned to be legal based on the Constitution. Secondly, the required number of states in order to ratify the amendment to allow the income tax was never met, and this is even cited in modern ordinances. Third, at the present day, roughly 25% of the average worker's income is taken from this tax. And guess where that money goes? It goes to pay the interest on the currency being produced by the fraudulent Federal Reserve, a system that does not have to exist at all. The money you make working almost 3 months out of the year goes almost literally into the pockets of the international bankers who own the private Federal Reserve.
But in order not to elaborate too far, I will just point out many of these families belong to bloodlines that are established, inconsistent.
You swallow it.
established the Rockefeller dynasty in population control back in 1913 with the foundation of the Bureau of Social Hygiene, and later began financing the Kaiser Wilhelm Institute, Anthropology, Human Hereditary, and Eugenics, which conducted eugenics to eliminate Nazi Germany. After World War II, eugenics laws began to progress due to the open Nazi support, and was rebranded as things such as molecular biology, German Household, and has extensive ties in you swallow. It's not too far-fetched to think we could get scientists to sign this. And this sort of greater understanding of what the agenda actually is as a result of this report.
New York.